Today's adventure begins with a little update on the car situation. The alternator has been completely removed from the car. Here it is. Here's the old alternator. A little bit of oil got on it and it was kaput. Just completely done. A couple of parts that have to go back in after the alternator fits just to kind of squeeze in there. So my buddy raised this up, went in from underneath, and car has been jacked up here for about 24 hours. Should be getting done tonight. So hopefully we'll have the car for tomorrow. Fingers crossed. But yeah, I just wanted to give a little update here on the situation. It was the alternator. The battery's fine. Just the alternator and another part is all it's gonna take. And probably the final shot of the loaner. Been driving since Saturday, so hopefully I'll get the car back tomorrow and things will be good in the universe again. Welcome to today's video as of recording of this Tuesday, July 29th. Almost done, almost into the month of August 2025. We are out and about today. Final day of driving the loaner car. Hopefully all is well. I will have my Acura tomorrow, and there's just no better feeling than having your car. And it's awesome that my buddy Mike, he loaned me his. He's a lifesaver. But I want looking forward to driving my car. Huge news from GameStop. I think this starts tomorrow. So this works out perfectly to kind of talk about this and to see what is going to transpire at GameStop. Plus, after everything with the Nintendo Switch 2, the post-selling, the post-pre-ordering, the commotion, is it done? On an interesting article. It kind of goes from each phase, and 10 movies that made us decide the outcome. It is a hot one, and we are time traveling. 88 miles per hour. We have reached the high for today. Just a scorcher the last couple of days. Absolutely super hot to kind of close out the month of July. And yeah, it's gonna get a little bit better after today, but look at that, 88 miles per hour. Also gonna stop and get a coffee. Did not pick one. I went to the bank, took out some money, and decided I was gonna hit the Dunkin' on the other side of town, and I got in the wrong lane. I'm just not thinking straight. The heat's getting to me, not having my car, so I'm gonna head to another Dunkin', get a coffee, and reveal the big news at GameStop. Also, Arcade 1-Up is alive. They're back in the game. Arcade 1-Up is back with the Big Buck Hunter Deluxe, exclusively being sold at Walmart. James Hates Everything made a post earlier today informing everyone that not only is it available, but it's $5.99. Not too steep. I was honestly, I know it's a rehash, I know we've seen it before, it's just, you know, different skin. I was expecting $7.99. I thought that $6.99. I thought they would add another $100 just because everyone else is, but they're keeping it at $5.99. So yeah, head over to Walmart if you're looking for a shooter. Oh, and before I forget, starting tomorrow, July 30th, when you're watching this, the pre-orders go live on Buy Stuff Arcades for triple 360 wheel deck upgrades. So you don't have to get the full size. You can get something, you know, custom for your pedestal, for an Arcade 1-Up, for an at game. So a little bit more manageable than that full size, especially when we're talking shipping. So head over to Buy Stuff Wednesday on the 30th, noon Eastern time, to get in on the pre-orders. I got my $50 gift card for returning my gaming box on my new PC build, so gotta figure out what I'm gonna use that for. Okay, finally getting that coffee. Gonna run inside Dunkin'. Probably not the wisest to get a hot coffee today, but I need my caffeine. And you know, I'm already sweating. Just gonna sweat more, right? Look at Dunkin' with the merch here. The surf cap, $24.99. You have the orange and and the pink. Coffee, Achieve went with a medium. Just need a little bit. Usually go with the large, but just because of the temp, just figured this should do it. Something big is gonna drop at GameStop in the next day or two. Previously at GameStop, they did have the Push Start Arcade, followed up with another email. Got this yesterday. It's almost here. You're one step closer to unlocking Push Start Arcade's secret. Now, if you haven't seen the trailer, I'll have a link in the description, but it does look promising. The funny thing is it had I believe a pull sign. Yeah, pull. So he tried pushing in the beginning. The original video, now pulling, but going into GameStop, he is greeted by all arcades. So, a little hopeful that it will be something in that realm. But I did get an insight from one of the gentlemen working tonight that could be something completely different, and I'll kind of share their thoughts, because any day this is going to drop. Now, they thought possibility of grading games, so they're grading cards. They're getting into the Pokemon here. But what about grading games? They're joking on that on Gamer Fridge's stream last night. I was watching that with Brooklyn Menace, Nerd Lounge Master 84, the Bad Guy Mike, and Gamer Fridge. Kind of were hinting at, I think it was Brooklyn Menace that said somebody had a game grade, a Nintendo Switch 2 game graded. Could they be doing something like that at GameStop, or will we get something new, retro, game related? That's fingers crossed. That's what I'm hoping for. So I'll definitely be monitoring any news on my emails from GameStop, but hopefully it's something exciting. It's not. The grading games. It's a cool thought, because they're already into all that the Pokemon, and I did see an article that they're gonna focus more on cards. So we'll see. We'll see. It's just bases come and go, but hopefully it'll be something. It'd be perfect to have some kind of a demo arcade here. I don't know. Maybe I'm hoping for too much. Let's see the new Wonder Woman here. Looks like McFarlane Gold Label. There are some new. Something kind of chewed that away. Some new figures. I just got an email from McFarlane in the DC multiverse. I am really drawn to Deathstroke. This is just classic. Like, he first appeared on the Teen Titans, Slade Wilson, and then Mirror Master, part of the Rogues. Always messing with the Flash. So yeah, definitely be on the look for new figures from McFarlane. Also, I have a few days left before I have to use my Pro rewards. So my $5 monthly reward for July, end of the month is Thursday. Today is Tuesday. So I'm gonna have to pick something up before Friday hits. So I don't really see anything here, but gives me another chance to head back out. Probably Thursday, just kind of 11th hour. Things will start hopefully being in the right motion when I get my car, and I'll find something to use that $5 for. Another email came through from GameStop today. Up to 50% off of select limited or collector's edition games, including Mortal Kombat 1 Premium Edition, Assassin's Creed, Valhalla Ultimate Edition, and more. So 50% off. I did see that the Suicide Squad, a game that was $100 at Best Buy, was $50 here. So I'm not sure if that was an Xbox game at Best Buy, or if that was PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. But I did see that it was $50 here. I did see an article on the Nintendo Switch today. Nintendo Switch 2, the post-release commotion and fight against resales. A little history on the Switch 2. Of course, it's released as the successor of the Nintendo Switch, accelerating high price resale of home video game consoles, meaning the PlayStation 5 is set a little bit higher. If you want to get the Pro, if you want to get the Xbox Series X, it is listed high. So Nintendo kind of came in with a competitive price, but $100 more than they originally wanted to, because with all the tariffs, originally it was going to be $339. and then for $449, that is not including the bundle, that is just the standard. The intention is to prevent the resale of game consoles at high prices beyond Japan. So if it was easier to get here, I guess I understand that kind of philosophy, that it wouldn't work in other regions. So it seems like Nintendo had everything thought of, ahead of time, especially the fact of people, let's say I tried to buy 5 of them and resell, I would have had a heck of a time, because for the most part I think it was pretty easy, and still is, to find a Switch 2 if you really want one. And the reservation lottery was difficult. Some of the tactics were you had to be a subscriber, you had to have so many hours, you had to have the online subscription to be able to buy direct from Nintendo. Total worldwide sales exceeded 3.5 million units so far. So the plan, I believe, was to go from 5 to 15 million available up until March of 2026. So there's a ton more Switch 2s that will be available. So again, anyone that is looking for one will come across it. Might just have to wait. Might have to wait till March. Something I did see about the game sharing is what I was kind of thinking of, if, let's say, my friend Mike, he was working on my car, had the Switch 2, or just a regular Switch, and didn't have Donkey Kong Bonanza, and wanted to play as the player 2, I could send him an invite, and off of my system, he would be playing the same game. So I think that is pretty cool. And the whole thing of buying games that have multi games on there, and Nintendo finding out and freezing your systems, they're still allowing us to go that route of, if your friend doesn't have a game but has a Switch, they can join it. So I like that they're doing that. I can understand why they don't want us to play hacked games. They're gonna have the rules, they're gonna set the bar, but I think that's a really cool feature, something that I would like to try out. But all my friends that have a Switch have Donkey Kong, they have Mario Kart, they have every game that I have, and that's the thing, is I think it might be challenging to find somebody who doesn't have some of those games. So I think throughout the next year and a half, with more games coming out, I think we could really benefit from game share. Look at this, it's Krusty's Burgers. I never saw this set. So most of the Simpsons figures I see, a lot of these are pretty much, I see these at GameStop, but the living room set, now Krusty's Burger, it's usually like a Target thing. I have never seen this. That's pretty cool. That is that'd be if you were collecting the Simpsons, this would definitely be something you want. I love it. Anyone looking for Superman and Crypto, I did see a comment today that Walmart is showing, it could be regional, but there are figures of both Superman and Crypto, the twin pack, available at Walmart. So if you're still looking for them and you don't see them at GameStop, you don't see them at Target, you might come across it at Walmart, but I guess it just depends which Walmart you're going to, but I just want to throw that out. And stepping back into the heat, got a lot covered at GameStop. I am now going to head home, check in with Mikey, and then somehow get his car that I'm driving now to his home, and get back to my home and be all set for getting my car back. So a little playing musical cars here, just trying to figure all this in on a weeknight. There was just a ton on the schedule tonight, so gonna head home, hopefully swap my car and get it right back, and just kind of figure that out. But first, gonna put some gas in the tank. Actually, I gotta say, the gas, as much as we drove around, I used almost a half a tank in the matter of, I don't know, three full days. But we did a lot of driving. It's so different for me not to use the premium. I can put the 88 or 87. This is 270, just under 271 a gallon. So yeah, we're gonna fill this bad boy up. It's my shadow. Never drove a white car before prior to the loaner. So yeah, 1858, you can't beat that. Bought my house 9-10 years ago, and I almost decided to move on this road right here. And the house that was a ranch, and I strongly considered it because the basement was finished. think it was right in this area. If I saw the house, I could place it, but being kind of tucked away, I just thought it was a little bit further away from the freeway. But I never go this way, just because I had to stop at a gas station before I reach the house. But yeah, it's funny the way things work out. Like, what if I would have moved over here? I would have been a lot closer to the shopping center we were just at, but I would have been further from everything else. Oh, it's this house right here with the tan garage door. That I consider that one. And a little update on the car. Looks like the wheels on there. Mikey he's finishing up. It's in there. Now, I am not familiar with all 10 of these titles, but there are a few on this list, the 10 movies that made you work out the answer yourself, that I've often wondered, how did it really end? And, I have to use my imagination to kind of decide that. At number 10 is Blade Runner, a movie that I've only seen once or twice. Pretty much, is Harrison Ford a human? Number 9, American Psycho. I have seen many times. I'm a huge Christian Bale fan. And in this movie, you can argue the fact that he imagined the entire thing, or he got away with it. And throughout the movie, as it just keeps getting crazier and crazier, and you're actually rooting for him. And it's interesting that when you take a villain and turn him into the hero, that's exactly what happens with American Psycho. Did it happen? Or did he, imagine the entire thing? Number 8, The Shining. Very creepy movie. We've all seen it. But how did he end up in that picture? I mean, the whole thing is, was he originally there? How did he end up in that picture? Very creepy. Number 7, Birdman. When he jumped out the window, little spoiler, if you haven't seen this, I want to say Gwen Stacy, she looked up. Did he actually fly? Number 6, Total Recall, a movie that I saw in elementary school. It's just Arnold in his heyday. I thought I had figured this movie out, and just kind of watching this, going, was he really an agent? Did he imagine this entire thing? And it's just one of those, you have to decide, how it ends. Was it real? At number 5, Lost in Translation, a movie that I've seen a lot. The question was, what did she whisper, or what did he whisper in her ear? And throughout the movie, it seems like they were both having marital issues. They're in Tokyo, and they spent more and more time together, developed a relationship. What was said at the end? So yeah, it just kind of ended on that note. They both went their separate ways. The Thing, have not seen this movie, so I can't really comment on a lot of it, but it is sitting at number 4. Number 3, Inception. Did he imagine the entire thing? Another Scarlett Johansson movie, Under the Skin, sitting at number 2. I have never seen this movie. Originally, I thought this was Lucy, which I've seen Lucy. But Under the Skin, I have never seen. So apparently she might have been, the question might have been she was an alien. Sitting at number 1, they always throw some curveball. Rashomon, which I have never seen. Looks like it's a black and white movie. And it's supposed to take place, maybe in the 40s or in the 50s. So that is not familiar with me. But most of these on this list, I have, often kind of made in my mind, like what was said, what really happened. Let me know, and out of these 10, if you've ever watched it going, yeah, this is what happened. And especially Total Recall and American Psycho. Did he do it? Was he really an agent? And did Patrick Bateman really get away with all that? These are like the real questions we have, that we need to know. I want to thank everybody for watching. Kind of a different take video today. There was so much going on that wanted to throw this in there. I wanted to talk about the Switch, about the news at GameStop, and also dealing with the car, which I have, and we should be back to normal tomorrow. A lot of running around tonight, and I just, the whole thing with the car, trying to figure that out. Kelly had other things planned, and we had to work on this whole thing just kind of like happened with the car. It just, you know, we both have like the craziest schedules. And I think, you know, for the most part, you know, if you wonder like, how am I doing videos every day? We are both so busy that with the amount of training and volunteering that Kelly does, it allows me to have this like this time to do videos. But there's times that the videos, like on a Sunday, I'm grocery shopping. Like they fit some of our schedules, but it allows me to have a little bit of wiggle room. And tonight was not one of those wiggle room type nights, and trying to cram in a lot of stuff. And tomorrow's gonna be kind of the same thing, not as extreme as a car being down, but just, you know, it's the weeknights are always pretty busy, and we both get up super early. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for coming along with me. Hopefully the car will be running a lot smoother for the, you know, going forward. There's one more thing that we want to do. Mikey's the best. He's got a vacation coming up. When he gets back, I think we can squeeze this in, and hopefully I will have no issues going forward for a little bit, allowing me to save up some more money. And I think purchasing another car, which we'll kind of do together. We'll kind of figure out what do I want to get. So nonetheless, thanks for watching. Little update on the Osmo Pocket 3. This camera will be switching over to our daily video, our daily vlogging camera very soon. It took me a long time to this is embarrassing, I know. I sit on stuff so long. It looks like they're fully charged. Took me a while to finally break in and start using the sunglasses, which it just charges. It just charges in this case. And next is to, you know, fully commit to using another camera. So I'm all set up. I have not opened this up yet, but very soon. Just wanted to do a little update. I just figured there was so much other stuff in this video. Why not get nuts? So just keep it going. It's just a collage of everything. So yeah, this is still here. It's in the works. There's the memory card. It's a micro. It's, you know, this is the size that's in the camera that I'm using now. This is the one we'll be using. So this will be the future camera very soon. And then the one I have will be a backup. Gonna incorporate different recording devices, but this will be used a lot. And I'm just kind of waiting to a certain time where it's been officially close to, I don't know if the math is right, but two and a half, maybe 3 years that I've been using this camera. But I am reaching a point when it will be this. So just want to end the video that I am switching over very soon. Lawn outro.